Hi everybody, this is Christine Clifton with Mindful Business Matters. And I'm doing a video newsletter this week because I don't think you're going to believe what happened to me this past week on Facebook. And it's a really compelling story. It's not gossip, but it's a really compelling story. So I'm going to encourage you to stick with me. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some resources that could help you, quite honestly. So most of you know, because you're on my newsletter list, that I'm promoting Carrie Rattle, founder of Behavioral Sense, for a couple of events the upcoming month. And I posted this event in a Facebook group that was all women, and she was encouraging us to share all of our events. So some of the events that were showing up were women's circles, yoga events, aromatherapy, possibly things more holistically inclined and possibly more inviting or enticing to women. And I decided to post Carrie's credit score event for next Wednesday in that group. Well, a little bit later in that day, the organizer posted that she had removed my post about the event. And she specifically said that the pictures of stacks of money triggered her, and that she reached out to 5 or 6 other women in the group, and they all admitted that they were put off by the picture of stacks of money. Well, I sat there looking at her comment, and I really was incredulous. I really couldn't believe that 6 or 7 women were triggered by pictures of stacks of money. So I commented on her post and I said, could you help me understand why a financially empowering workshop is not acceptable in the group, but these other kind of, frou-frou or holistic events are? And she wouldn't even answer me in the public forum. She directed me to her private message. And she told me in the private message, basically, just to let it go and don't put any energy in it, to just forget about it. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to forget about it, because if women are triggered by pictures of money, then it speaks much more deeply to their own money story and places that they have the opportunity to grow. And I told her that removing my post without talking with me first also didn't empower me, nor did it empower the women in the group. And I told her I was removing myself from that Facebook group. And I did. And it got me thinking, though, that with these events of Carrie's that I'm sharing, I wonder if some of you businesswomen out there might be triggered as well. And so what I want to say to you is that both of these events are extremely safe spaces to step into, to talk about money in a way with other businesswomen that we can make some choices for ourselves, which is really the true definition of empowerment. Learn your options and make a choice that works for you is empowerment. I can't empower you. Carrie can't empower you. Only you can empower you. And so I encourage you to consider coming to one of these events that I'm going to tell you about again in a minute. But before that, let me tell you about my own story about money. I started my first business in 2008. I self-funded that business. And when I opened my wellness studio, I went for a business loan and I got turned down. Even though I had stellar credit, my credit score was 800, and I got turned down for a business loan. And I said, you know what? This thing is going to be successful. I know it is. I feel it in my gut, and I'm just going to go for it. And so I self-funded it primarily on credit cards. And you know what? It was a tough road. And it still is to a little degree, because it impacted my credit at that time because of what ended up happening in the business, which it didn't go the way I had expected, and I ended up closing it after about 13 or 14 months. As fun as it was time to say enough is enough. You know what? I don't want that happening to you. I didn't know what my other options were, so I just did it because I felt good about it. And I think that sometimes culturally we as women have been taught some different things about money and our approach to money than men have. So please do consider stepping into these events with me and Carrie, well, specifically Carrie. And if you can't, for whatever reason, please visit the link below that has several resources of Carrie's that might benefit you, including her own money behavioral type assessment that you can learn a little bit more about yourself. So on May 18th, it's SCORE. Get the money you need by strengthening your personal credit, and that link is below as well. And on Saturday, June 11th, we're hosting a one-day business funding intensive called From Cash Stuck to Cash Flow, a women's business funding intensive, so that you can come to one place in one day, get taken through all of your options, and then be able to make the best decision that's going to work for you and your business. Don't make the mistake I did by putting my head in the sand and just knee-jerk reacting to something I wanted to do. Be smart about it. You're already smart. You're already successful. Let Carrie help you and your money as well to be successful, strong, and empowered. So again, this is Christine Clifton with Mindful Business Matters on behalf of Carrie Rattle of Behavioral Sense. Click the link below and see what we have to offer. Don't make the mistake I did. Tap into Carrie's knowledge and let her help you make the right choice for you and your business. Talk to you later.